This podcast is sponsored by nobody.
Hey dudes, this is Saratoga Valentine, MJ in the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, and you're listening to Tommy Throwback Kovac on Splat from the Past. Tommy's a free spirit who wants to know about your career and your belly button. You've been warned. Later, Tiger.
Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today I will be welcoming back the lovely and talented and hilarious Cheryl Chase. You know her as the voice of one of the Pickles girls on the Rugrats, the classic Nickelodeon cartoon. And she and I are going to nerd out on the entertainment of our youth today, talking about film, television, and music from childhood. Going to catch up with her, see if she's written a new book, and see if she has any Comic Con appearances coming up. And I loved her energy last time we talked, was like 4 years ago, and we've been trying to make this one happen for a while now. We came very close this summer, but we're finally going to make it happen today, and I am so excited. Um, Turkey November has just been so friggin' awesome, and it's going to keep on getting even more awesome. I mean, I have got toe curlers coming up that you're all going to enjoy, and this is certainly one of them. And also, once again, happy Veterans Day for all the brave men and women who fought for our country. Thank you for your service. So, yeah, here is my new interview with Cheryl Chase. Hey, Cheryl, welcome back. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine, Tommy. How are you doing?
Well, I keep sounding like a broken record, but despite the fact that the world is getting crazier, I can't complain. I am blessed.
Me too. Me too. I feel the same way.
Awesome. Awesome. So, going back in time, do you remember the first movie that impacted you as a child?
Yes, I do. And that has to be The Wizard of Oz. I remember when I was really, really little, and
Mm-hmm.
every year. I mean, when that I can remember. When I was 4, and I was waiting, anticipating it, uh, for the movie to come on, and later as I got older, like in college. I mean, when I got into voice work, I would imitate the voices from The Wizard of Oz, and that's how I kind of it inspired me to go into voiceover actually.
Wow. Yeah, The Wizard of Oz, I mean, was the first classic movie I ever fell in love with. And it's a movie that probably every generation can fall in love with it the first time they see it as a child, you know?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean the Glinda the Good Witch. I mean, I was walking down the street in my college, and somebody ran up to me, and I was talking to my friends. They heard me talking to my friend, and they said, "You sound just like Glinda the Good Witch from The Wizard of Oz." And I never thought of it. I never thought of it. And then when I watched the movie and started imitating them, I thought, "Hey, yeah, I can do Glinda. I can do the little Munchkins." And that's how it got me thinking about voiceover.
Wow. That was the beginning, huh? The Wizard of Oz.
Yes, yes, indeed.
What movie genre did you gravitate toward when you were growing up?
Definitely comedies, because from a
Mhm.
very young age, even I remember 5, I would always try to make my friends laugh. And yeah, I remember I was going on a school trip. We were going somewhere, and I had a little yellow dress on, and I was sitting with my friend Patty on the bus,
Mhm.
and I started cracking all these ridiculously funny jokes, thinking she would think it's funny. And I don't remember if she laughed or not, but I remembered in that moment that I gotta get her to laugh. I gotta get her to laugh. So that was just like kind of a driving force. So it has to be comedies.
What specific comedies did you like? The old comedy teams like the Marx Brothers and Martin and Lewis and stuff like that?
Comedy teams. Like Laurel and Hardy.
Yep.
Um, um, yeah, and then there was Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, right?
Yeah, Martin and
Um,
Lewis.
they were, but I loved Jackie Gleason and Art Carney and the Honeymooners. Oh my
Oh,
gosh, that hysterical. And
yeah.
of course, anything from I Love Lucy. I thought that I was nurtured in comedy and learned comedy timing from watching I Love Lucy.
Oh, everybody did. Oh my God. Yeah. I love Laurel and Hardy, Way Out West. That's probably going to be my favorite movie they made. It's so funny, and it still holds up
Yeah.
when I watch it now. And The Flying Deuces. Oh my God, that's
Uh huh.
hilarious. Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah. So, yeah, no, it's by far anything funny, and it has to have, it can't be, I don't mind slapstick and
Hmm.
screwball comedy, but the comedy that I like is kind of cerebral, like from Woody Allen and,
Yeah.
from when the comedy has heart. It could be,
Yeah.
but when you go to a movie theater and you watch a movie, and it could be really, you want to I don't take the movie with me out of the movie theater if it doesn't have heart in it, if it's like silly, stupid, funny. It
Hmm.
was nice in the moment, but it's not something that I think about,
Yeah.
afterward.
What are some of your favorite Woody Allen movies?
Oh, Woody Allen. Oh, there's so many of them. Annie Hall. I gravitate to Annie
Ah, my
Hall. I like
favorite.
Hannah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and Hannah and her sisters, and I like. Oh, there's so many. I like his older stuff and his middle stuff. His later stuff, it's a well. Midnight in Paris was awesome. He got an Academy Award for that.
Hmm.
Um, but I'd have to say Annie Hall.
Annie Hall's my favorite rom com. I was so devastated when Diane Keaton died a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
I just love that movie. It was the first movie that showed me that you can be a weird guy and still fall in love, because he was so
yeah,
unconventional, in that movie. I also love Sleeper and
right.
Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex But Were Afraid to Ask.
Yeah, that one. Yes, I love Gene Wilder. And
Yep,
regarding Diane Keaton, I remember when me and my mom and dad we went to see Annie Hall in the theater. I remember that, and
yeah,
then lo and behold, like later on in my career, I get to do Baby Boom, which she starred in,
yep,
and I remember I went to go do the looping job that on the ADR stage, and she
yeah.
was there doing her loops, and she came out and she passed right by me, and I thought, oh my gosh, wow. And she was actually dressed like Annie Hall. I mean, she looked like that style of the movie.
Yeah, she did. That was she like pretty much, made that style trendy the way she dressed.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. It was great. It was her signature style, that's for sure.
The one character that Woody has done that I can relate to the most is Zelig because I consider
Oh, I
my
love that.
I consider myself a Zelig. I've had these crazy showbiz moments in interviewing amazing people. Like I'm a Zelig too.
Yeah, yeah. I love that movie. And that was, wait a minute, was Zelig the one where he was like the manager of a wait, what, refresh my memory on Zelig.
Okay, it's like a newsreel. The entire movie is like a newsreel from the late 20s, early 30s, black and white. And he's an actor who like always pops up in these like big movies and like nobody knows who he is really. He's just an unknown guy
Oh,
who's just really lucky, you know, and he's got some great one-liners in it, and stuff because they kind of divert from the newsreel a bunch of times and have some scenes and stuff. It's a really unique movie.
I'm gonna have to check that out because it is on my shelf. And I don't that yeah, I have to check it out again. Yes, definitely. That sounds like a great film.
It's a great movie, yeah. And this was like during the period when he's starting to get artsy. And since then,
Mm-hmm.
his movies can be hit and miss. Since then, but I really like
Yeah,
Crimes and Misdemeanors. That's a great one.
love that. love Crimes and Misdemeanors. I love the both of the stories that was going on. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you had Woody Allen and in love with Mia Farrow then, and in
Mm-hmm.
that and you had Martin Landau going through his. I love that movie. That's great.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And I talked to Joanna Gleason about it earlier this
Oh
year. Yeah,
wow.
she's great in the movie. Um, did you like the Pink
Yeah.
Panther movies?
Yeah, I like the ones in the early '60s.
Mm-hmm.
With what's
Peter
his name?
Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers. Yes, yes. It makes me think of my childhood. I remember watching them as a child. So yes, I did like them.
A Shot in the Dark. Oh my God, that's like one of the funniest movies ever, and I could watch
Wait,
that one.
wait,
Hmm.
wait. Which one, Tommy? Which one did you say?
A Shot in the Dark. That was the
A
second
shot.
Pink Panther movie. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Oh, that's right. It's been a while since I've seen them. So, is that the one where you go and there's a ski lodge and they're out skiing?
No,
Is that
that's the first one. This one, there's a nude colony.
oh, okay? No, I didn't see that. I don't remember. I would have remembered that.
They had
Yeah.
to do it very tastefully for 1964 because that was at a time
Yeah.
when you couldn't have stuff like that in the movie. And Blake
Right.
Edwards, he pulled it off. I don't know how he did it, but he pulled it off.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna go check that out now.
It's
I'm
hel-
definitely gonna.
it's the best one in my opinion. That and the Pink Panther Strikes Again. That one holds a special place in my heart because that was my parents' first date.
Oh my, how neat! That's great.
Yeah, yeah. I love the Pink Panther movies. Um,
Yeah.
you mentioned
My
Gene.
my hus
Go ahead,
my hus my husband knows
Jerry.
Mi- Mi- my husband Jerry Beck. He
Hmm.
knows Larry Mears. Is that his name? It's Mears, the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he knows him. Yeah. So
yeah.
anyway, sorry to diverge, but
No, no, it's
now
okay. You can diverge
you
all you
asked
want.
me now you asked me about Gene Wilder.
Oh yeah, Gene Wilder, because that guy, oh my God, he's a big hero of mine. I had his wife
Me
on.
too.
I had his wife on
Me too.
last year when the documentary came out, which
Oh,
was wonderful, and she was just stunned at how much of a super fan I am of his. Because like I can quote all his lines from all his movies.
oh, wow. Yeah, he's always been one of my favorites, if not the favorite growing up.
Yeah.
Gene Wilder. Yeah. I love Gene Wilder and Gilda Radner together.
Oh,
I love the movie Woman in Red.
Woman in Red,
Uh,
yeah, and Haunted Honeymoon.
yes, Haunted Honeymoon was another good one. I have that one.
Me too.
And I like, you know what? I even liked Hanky Panky because I
Yep.
liked seeing them together because I knew how much in love they were.
Yeah, I don't think they got much critical respect for those three movies that they did, right? But I thought they were wonderful together. And when they did Hanky Panky, they reminded me kind of like Hepburn and Cary Grant in Charade, just the way that they worked so well together in a spy plot, you know?
Yeah, yes, exactly. You got you yeah, you got that right. Now, of course, he loved his. What was his second wife's name? She was worked with the deaf, I believe.
Yeah. Oh God, what was her name? I forget. But
Yeah,
her.
Karen. The Karen.
Oh, Karen's the one that was that was on the show that I talked to. Yes.
Yeah, that's her. I think her name was Karen.
Yeah,
And it
her
was like
name's Karen.
it was so funny. Back in I moved here in the mid '80s, and then and
Hmm.
every time I would, because I was in love with Gene Wilder, every time I would see a movie, like you're driving around and you see movie companies making movies on the street and everything.
Yeah.
I always would want. Was that Gene Wilder's movie? Is he in that movie? And then I kid you not, I was going to it was in Hollywood, the heart of Hollywood on Hollywood Boulevard. I was going to my chiropractor's
Yeah.
office, and they were filming a movie down in the Wax Museum.
Hmm.
And I looked and I thought, oh, I wonder if that's a Gene Wilder movie. And I always did that. And then I went up to my chiropractors. I said, man, they're making a movie down there. And they said, yeah, it's a Gene Wilder movie. And I thought, oh my God, it just, that it's giving me chills now to think about it. But
Yeah.
that was so ironic that he was so close yet so far from me.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
back then, I mean, it was a daily occurrence to run into celebrities in Hollywood. Now they're all splintered out because productions are leaving Hollywood.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's sad, but true.
Did you grow up on the $1 Million Movie?
Did I grow up on the $1 Million Movie?
Yeah.
What's that? I'm sorry. I'm confused. What is
It's
that?
okay. Some people get confused about it. It was the UHF station equivalent of like Saturday Night at the Movies.
Oh, I remember I was back in New Jersey, so we had
Yeah.
the New York channel. So I remember the Late Late Show.
Yeah. There was the Late
Yeah,
Show. Yeah.
I don't remember the $1 Million Movie. No.
Yeah, that started like in the early 50s and it carried on until probably the 70s or 80s. And back then
Oh,
they had trouble getting movies licensed because movie studios saw TV as a fad, like it was never going to last. And so whenever they got a movie licensed, they would show it every single night until they got a new movie. And that's how it was
oh,
in the first few years, and then that changed, by the late 50s. Then more people were licensing movies because they thought, okay, TV is here to stay.
right. Yeah, no, that
Hmm.
no, I where was that? Where was that broadcast?
It was in the East Coast. It was in New York, Jersey, Philly. I believe Chicago had it.
Maybe I saw it and I don't know. I just didn't register with me.
Yeah.
All I remember is Late Late Show, and they have a picture of the old apartment buildings. I remember that visual, seeing that, and then
Hmm.
yeah. No, I'm sorry, I never grew up on that.
That's okay. Did you have any movie star crushes?
Gene Wilder. I'm sorry. That Yeah, he was my biggest crush. I mean, it was my dream to be able to act with him one day, but that never materialized. It never will, unfortunately. But yeah, he was my crush.
Yeah, I was a big Cary Grant guy. My mom had this paperback book with these beautiful black and white pictures of Cary Grant. Natalie
Oh,
Wood was another one.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, nice. Yeah. Another really serious crush I had was on a TV actor. Oh gosh, he was on Hawaii Five O. What was
Jack
his name?
Jack Lord.
Yeah, Jack Lord. Oh my gosh, I was
Yeah.
so in love with Jack Lord. Yeah, that was a major crush.
I had a major crush on E.G.
But E.G. Daily?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I,
Yeah,
that's
when I was watching like Pee Wee's Big Adventure and stuff,
uh,
and like when she did that music video for Say It, yeah, huge crush on her. You know,
oh. Well, you should have her on your show.
I've been asking her for years, and like I have not gotten a response.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't know her. I mean, I know her, but I don't really associate with her. Like, we don't hang out. So
Yeah,
y- I couldn't put a bug in her ear. So,
I met her back in 2016, and she was so lovely to me. It was like one of my favorite con experiences ever.
oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's good. That's really nice that you had that experience. Yeah.
She's wonderful. Yeah. So getting into television, like what sitcoms did you watch growing up?
Well, I loved watching All in the Family with my dad on Saturday nights. Let's see. I wasn't that much of a Mary Tyler Moore fan. I didn't.
Wow.
I liked the humor of Carol O'Connor. I liked his because
Oh yeah. All
yeah,
in the
because
family.
yes, because whenever I would see him, it's like I had an aunt that thought the way Archie Bunker thought, and
Right.
he would make these comments and call people derogatory terms, and
Right.
my aunt was just like that. So it made me think of my aunt Jenny.
My grandmother, who was Italian and conservative, she was exactly like that too.
Yes, Right, exactly. So,
Very
yeah, let me
relatable.
see. Yeah, I want to see like what else. I know I watched. Um, I liked Fonzie on Happy Days. I
Oh,
didn't really
yep.
care for that. Like all of Happy Days. I liked Fonzie, and it's ironic because he ended up working on Rugrats.
Mm-hmm.
He played the grandfather, so
Right.
that was a that was a cool thing to have happen. Like sitcoms, like Bewitched.
Yep.
I love Lucy. Honeymooners. Watching all those reruns. Loved them. Just loved them.
I'm a huge I Love Lucy guy. I actually had Lucy Arnaz on this summer, and it was just one of the
Oh,
most amazing experiences ever.
oh, I bet. I bet she's amazing.
Yeah.
And well, this is so weird. I remember this is back in the '90s. I went to go see a play she starred in Glendale, California, and I'm sitting in like the mid like the 12th row middle seat, like I'm in the middle, I'm in like in the middle of the theater with all the thing,
Mm-hmm.
and she does this wonderful performance. I forget what the play was. She does a wonderful performance. I am the only one that gave her a standing ovation, so I'm there standing alone clapping my heart out to Lucy Arnaz, and no one is getting up to do the same. And I was so shocked. I will never forget that. Isn't that weird that
Yeah.
that happened?
I love, of course, the grape stomping episode. Where she's in Italy, and
Yes.
the one where she's in the TV set and like Desi plugs it in, and then next thing you know, fire happens.
Oh, absolutely. There's so many I Love Lucy's that I love. I mean,
Hmm.
I think is my ultimate favorite is when they're living in Connecticut,
Hmm.
and Lucy and Ethel are stashing eggs.
Yeah.
She's stashing eggs in the blouse, and Desi wants to do the tango, and I guess was it called the tango? Yeah. Anyway, it's
Something
that
like that. Yeah.
dance, yeah, that smashes her eggs. But what really was so hysterically funny is Desi goes, Ethel, are you carrying eggs too? And then Fred slams the door to her bottom, and she goes, I was. And I mean that scene was hysterical, absolutely hysterical.
Hilarious. Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
were you an Adams Family fan?
Yes, I watched The Addams Family. Yes, I did.
The,
And I was in Addams Family Values, right?
you're the voice of Pubert.
Yep, was a puber. So yeah, I have a connection to that franchise.
I
Yeah.
love that. My dad, my dad and I went to go see both Adams Family movies in the theater, and I always thought that Adams Family Values was just so much darker and so much funnier than the first one. As much as I love the first one, and the Pubert, yeah, that was such a great idea that Barry Sonnenfeld had.
Oh yeah, I thought it was amazing and to be a part of that film, and
Hmm.
I just that script with the different lines, the dialogue is incredible. That it's like Gomez and Fester are lying on the bed. They're looking at a girly magazine,
Yeah.
and they're looking at, and then they go, "Mom."
Yeah.
It just cracks you up, the different lines that they say. It's hysterical.
Hilarious. Yeah. Did you watch I Dream of Jeannie?
That I was not a fan of. Didn't
Hmm.
excite me at all. No, I didn't. Did you?
Oh
Did you?
yes, oh yes. And there's that story about when they were shooting the pilot, there was a reporter on set, and he took a picture of Barbara Eden in her costume, and her belly button showed, right? And back then, that was
Yeah.
considered taboo, so it was plastered all over the newspapers, and so they had to reshoot the pilot without her belly button showing, and it was weird because 2 years later, Barbara Luna and Nichelle Nichols showed theirs on Star Trek, and then next thing you know, everyone's showing their belly buttons on TV for the next 50 years.
Oh wow, that's funny. Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard a story like that about the belly button. Yeah.
yeah,
So that's so funny.
yeah. Did you watch the Dean Martin show?
Love the Dean Martin show. I was listening to his music this morning on YouTube. But Dean Martin is I was going to say Dean Martin is a friend of mine. That's hilarious. I'm a favorite of mine. His
Yeah,
Christmas album, and I watched a lot of those variety shows in the '60s. So there was tons of them. So
we are huge fans of Dean Martin in my family, and
mhm.
I know that you started out dancing. Remember the Gold Digger dancers?
Yeah,
My
yeah,
my mom almost became one. My mom was a dancer when she was in high school, and
wow.
she had a scholarship to UCLA, and it came with an audition for the Dean Martin Gold Digger dancers. And sadly, my grandmother, who was very overbearing, wouldn't let her go.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
That is very sad. Oh, that's too bad. That what a great opportunity.
yeah, it would have been great.
That would have been her whole world could have changed.
But at the same time, I don't know if she would have been able to handle even a small window of success. But my mom's very fragile, so who knows. Um,
Yeah, well, things
yeah,
happen the way they're supposed to happen.
it's destiny. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I believe it.
Did you watch the Monkees?
Yes, I love the Monkees. My husband's a huge fan of the Monkees. I remember watching the Monkees, and I love their music. And I wasn't that much fan of the David Cassidy though.
Oh
I
yeah,
like the music. I like the music, but see, I was more into Donny Osmond than David Cassidy. um, but yes, I do like the Monkees.
yeah. I had a huge crush on Davy, and I used to watch them on Nickelodeon when I was 4 or 5 years old. And
Uh-huh.
I actually got to go see them live. Up at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. Me and my dad, my uncle, we went to go see them, and there was only three of them because Michael went through periods where he didn't want to be in the band anymore,
Oh,
and
wow.
they did a great show, and they drove off the field in a Cadillac.
Oh, whoa! What a wow! That was probably a sight to see.
Yeah, it was. It was great.
Yeah, yeah. We I don't know what year it was. 2 years ago, maybe
Hmm.
that we went to see the Monkees. Who was it was I don't remember who that Mike and I guess Mike and Mickey were left over.
Yes, it
I ha-
was because their sister, Mickey's sister, was with them, and I got to interview her in her hotel room the night of the last show that they did on the tour.
yeah, that wasn't that at the Greek Theater.
No, no, it was actually in I think I want to say St. Louis.
Oh, I'm talking about where when we saw them in LA. I mean, I know when we saw them in LA, one
Hmm.
of them passed away shortly afterwards.
Yeah,
So, and was that Mike?
that was Michael. He died about 3 weeks after that last show. I want to say
Yeah, that's the show we were at, and then he passed away. Yeah,
it was sad. Yeah. What was your
yeah.
like Saturday morning cartoon lineup?
Um, well, I love Top Cat.
Hmm.
Oh, Beanie and Cecil. I that was I love Cecil, the sea monster.
Hmm.
Um, let's see, Top Cat, Flintstones. Um, I didn't really care for Josie and the Pussycats or Scooby Doo.
Okay.
I yeah. What was who did you like?
Well, as far as that era, like because I watched Scooby Doo and I loved the version of Scooby Doo where he's got like all the pop culture figures helping him solve mysteries like the Three Stooges and Sonny and Cher and the Addams Family and all
Mm-hmm.
that. I love
Mm-hmm.
that version of it. But I watched them. I watched Underdog and Rocky and
Yeah.
Bullwinkle. I watched
Yeah.
those in the syndicated reruns. The Amazing Spider-Man cartoon from the late '60s. I loved as cheesy as it was.
Speed Racer was I watched Speed Racer. Did you
Hmm.
watch them?
I watched it a little bit. I mean, I have respect for it, but it wasn't my absolute favorite.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite either, but it was just on, so I watched it as a kid. But um yeah, I mean, and then the Osmonds had a cartoon show for a while.
Yeah,
Didn't the Monkees have a cartoon show?
they did briefly, and so many people in music did. I'm trying to remember the Jackson Five had one, and Donald Fullilove, who played Goldie Wilson in Back to the Future, he played Michael in the cartoon.
Oh wow, boy, you know your trivia.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I watched the Charlie Brown holiday specials.
Oh, love those. Really love those. And then the stop motion Rankin and Bass
Yes,
Christmas special.
the year without
Love.
Santa Claus.
Yes, yes,
Yep,
and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus is coming to town, and
yep.
all that was so good.
Yeah, my favorite Charlie Brown special was the Thanksgiving one because Peppermint Patty, she's like, wait a minute, pretzel sticks, toast, what blockhead made this Thanksgiving dinner?
Oh yeah, that was hysterical. And Snoopy making popcorn and toast, and
Yeah,
yeah, that
I,
was great. My favorite is the Christmas special because
yeah,
my birthday is so anything to do with Christmas, like, and then put Christmas and peanuts in the same thing, and I love it. So
yeah.
yeah.
Did you ever like Ralph Bakshi stuff?
Um, um, let's see. Like, refresh my memory of Ralph Bakshi.
Um,
He was.
he was the more adult-oriented cartoon guy. He did the rotoscope stuff like American Pop and Fritz the Cat and Lord of the Rings, which, as far as I'm concerned, that's the only Lord of the Rings. It's fantastic.
I never watched any of those. No, so that's why I don't. He
And
doesn't. I mean, heard his name, yes.
my da-
But
my dad snuck into a movie theater when he was 14 to see Fritz the Cat. It was on a double bill with Dirty Harry, and his best friend at the time was the first guitarist in the Dead Kennedys, Carlos Cadona, and
oh
they snuck in there, and like he remembers that movie so well because of that, and he hasn't seen it probably since it came out.
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't watch that movie personally. That's not
Yeah,
my cup of tea. Obviously, it's more
yeah,
for the guys.
right, right. Did you watch the Twilight Zone?
Yeah, I would watch Yes, I would watch some episodes. Yeah, I mean, I remember there's this one episode that affected me as a child
Hmm.
because there was I always like to watch little kids in TV shows and movies, and there was this one little boy. I don't know, maybe if you are knowledgeable about Twilight Zone,
Hmm.
maybe you can tell me. Do you remember the episode when there was this little boy and he was kind of being not very well treated? And I
Hmm.
remember they gave him a silver dollar and he put it in his belt, and I just was feeling so sad for that little boy. Does anything like that ring a bell with you?
Mm,
On Does that episode something like that in any of the episodes that you remember?
maybe, maybe. I mean, I love, of course, Burgess Meredith. He did a bunch of episodes. The one where he loses his reading glasses, the one where he's the devil. Um, there's, of course, the Bill Mummy one that everybody knows where he makes bad things happen to adults.
Oh, I remember that one. Yes, that was
Yeah.
a good one. Mhm.
There's one where
Yeah.
Susan Gordon, the daughter of Burt Gordon, who made the Amazing Colossal Man and all these creature feature movies, she plays
Mhm.
this little girl who hangs out with, I think it was Dean Jagger. It was an old man. It was like Dean Jagger. He can turn himself into a bat or and different things. And like
Uh-huh.
Nancy Culp from the Beverly Hillbillies is her aunt, and she's really really mean.
Mhm.
I like that episode. That was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't watch a whole. Did you watch Rod Serling's Night Gallery?
I did.
Did you watch?
I did. And you know what? I talked to his daughter, and she said that he could not stand doing that show because Universal didn't give him the freedom that MGM did for the Twilight Zone.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
he was not proud of that show. He said a lot of his scripts got changed. Everything that you saw on the Twilight Zone was written by him. Very little got changed except by him. They didn't have writers come in and
Mm-hmm.
change it. Because I think one of the reasons why the Twilight Zone holds up so well is because a lot of the stories are based on things that he saw when he was in the army, and the anti-Semitism and the lack of humanity that he saw. That you could tell that Rod Serling had a sense of empathy and a sense of humanity, and that's why people love the show so much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
I wish I could more of it now. See, that's the beauty of having streaming services. I can go back and watch them now because you're making me interested in checking it out.
yeah. So musically, do you remember the first album that you bought or was given to you?
Um, well, the Osmonds, a
Hmm.
lot of all their albums, some Monkees, and um, I yeah. Oh golly, there's so many. But as far as one specific album, it would have to be an Osmond album. Yeah, yeah,
I know you love the Osmonds, and you even got to work with them later.
yeah. I know. I worked with Marie.
Hmm.
On they did Osmond Family. Wait, what was it called? Side by Side.
Side by
Yeah, the
side.
Osmond story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the part because I looked like her mother's best friend, and that's who I was playing, her mother's best friend. So I lucked out. So I got my SAG card doing that movie.
You know Cam Clark?
Not a little bit, but
Yeah.
years ago, I don't know him. I don't know if he would know me. I don't know, but we've had at different voiceover sessions, we might have
Yeah.
passed each other in the hall.
I talked to him a few months ago, and he was in the King family. They were like Osmond adjacent. They were a Mormon family of music and all
Yes.
that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. Uh huh. Uh huh. When I was starting out acting, I always said to everybody, "I'm going to be on Johnny Carson one day." And Marie Osmond, when she went on Johnny Carson to promote her movie,
hmm.
she took a piece of film that I was in. So technically, I was on Johnny Carson.
Oh yeah, I think you told me that
So,
story before. Yeah, that was cool.
oh, wow. Oh, forgive me. I'm so sorry.
No, no,
Forgive
it's
me.
okay. I mean, that's a big braggart, I'll tell you, because at least you got to be on Johnny Carson.
Yes, in a little way. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
my dad had a rock band when I was a kid, and he
Oh,
had everything on vinyl: Beatles, Beach Boys, Stones, Carole King's Tapestry, everything. I mean, it,
hmm
there was
hmm
nothing like that stinky, musky smell of vinyl. It's intoxicating.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those were the days, right?
Yeah, and it's made a comeback. I mean, people are buying vinyl again.
Yeah, they are. Yes, we don't have a we don't have a player, a record player. So or otherwise, we would be doing it. So getting them because it's
Yeah.
very nostalgic.
Y-
Yeah.
Yeah, like who were your were you into like British Invasion and Motown growing up?
Uh, let's see. Growing up, um, uh, I I love the Beatles. Oh
Hmm.
man. Oh, and let me tell you. Hopefully I didn't tell you this before,
Hmm.
but I mean, I loved when I was little the Beatles, and Ringo was my favorite. First to start, he was my favorite, and then lo and behold, fast forward like 40 years,
Hmm.
and I am in West Hollywood. I'm coming out of Petco. I'm coming out of Petco, and Ringo Starr is coming in. He's wearing a plaid suit, and we brush our shoulders. Our shoulders brush. And I thought, oh, I will never wash this shoulder again. It's like I can't believe, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was so surreal
Hmm.
seeing Ringo Starr walking into a Petco. You would never think that, but that's my claim to fame with the Beatles.
Ringo Starr. Did you see the Beatles on Ed Sullivan?
No, I didn't. I didn't see that.
Huh.
So I don't have a memory of that at all. I
Yeah.
would have too, but I didn't.
I've talked to people who remember seeing it, and they all had the same experience. They were just floored. They had never seen anything like it before. It was just lightning in a bottle. This is post Kennedy assassination. The world needed
Hmm.
some entertainment, and that's what they got. It was
Hmm.
just a moment in time, and
Yeah, yeah, I can believe that.
my
I
mom
can
got to
believe
meet
it.
them. Um,
Really?
Yeah, my great aunt, she was the head of craft services in at the Hilton in San Francisco, and she got tickets to the Cow Palace to see the Beatles when my mom was 10 in 1964, and she got to
Hmm.
meet them. She got their autographs. This was back before the selfies, so she didn't get a picture with them, unfortunately. And then
Yeah.
my uncle accidentally threw those pictures out of
Oh my
that were
gosh.
signed. Yes, and
Oh, that's horrible.
to this day, she will not forgive him. Like he came to visit this spring. Oh, she gave him crap for it then.
Oh well, yeah, I would. Yes, I could totally understand her feelings. Yeah. Oh man, that's
Yeah,
sad.
her and we met Paul Peterson from the Donna Reed show in 1990 when I was 7, and we got his autographs and we lost them unfortunately. But I had him on the podcast last Christmas time.
Oh, that's great. That's super.
Yeah, and at the end I said, Paul, next time let's not wait 34 years.
Yeah. Right, right. Oh, that's great. You had a lot of good experiences.
A
Really
lot of
awesome.
a lot of them, yes. Do you remember your first concert?
My first concert, I was 17 and I went to see Kiss. I was
Oh,
in Salt Lake. Yeah, that I loved Kiss. Oh, yeah. I They were one of my favorites, and yeah, it was a wild experience.
I'm a huge Kiss fan too, and
Yeah.
I've always wanted to see them live, but it's there's a lot of weirdness now and stuff, and the ticket prices are insane. But like back in the
Mm.
day, God, they were just so awesome, and we just lost Ace. I mean, he was one of the great
Yeah,
guitarists.
yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, I remember seeing in a movie theater. What's the main guy of Kiss? I forgot offhand. The main
Gene
guy.
Simmons.
Yeah, Gene Simmons. He was with his son, his teenage son,
Mhm.
and they were seeing a movie, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's Gene Simmons. So that, yeah, so but yeah, I loved Kiss.
Yeah, I'm a huge Kiss fan. They're just so awesome. Yeah, the first
Yeah.
official concert I saw after the whole Monkees experience, because that wasn't a real concert. That was just a baseball game with a concert at the top of the
Right.
hour. I saw Alice
Right.
Cooper in a big venue, and
Oh,
he is vaudeville. He is macabre vaudeville and so much
really?
fun. You know, he'll do
Wow.
like half his career of songs on stage, and he'll have all these theatrics going on. It's just amazing.
Oh, no, I liked his music in high school, but I never saw him in concert. I bet it was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he's still doing it. I mean, I recommend, if you have the chance, go see him because he is just awesome, and he
Mm.
and he kills himself at the end of every show. I can't remember how he died this one. I think he got electrocuted or he hung himself. Sometimes he gets shot by the Foreign Legion.
Whoa, he's quite a showman.
Yeah, he grew up loving vaudeville, and he was friends with Groucho Marx for a couple of years before he passed.
Oh my gosh, how great! Well, he is a true artist. Let me tell you, if he does all that.
Yeah, he hung out with all the old Borscht Belt comedians at the Friars Club. They made him an honorary friar when he was in his 20s.
Oh my gosh, incredible! You never would expect that with him. Yeah,
Of course not.
amazing. Never knew that.
Yeah. Here's a fun question. Do you remember the first time you discovered your belly button?
No, no, I don't remember. Do you? Do you remember your first experience?
Not the first experience, but I remember starting at 6. I was contemplating it a lot because me and the other boys would like compare them in class, you know,
Oh my god.
you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah. Did you have here? Did you have an Audi? Yeah.
yeah, well, I had an Audi back then. Now it's an innie. I've had a ton of
Oh,
surgeries, but yeah, I had a girlfriend who had an Audi. She would let me, poke it and thump it and all that.
Oh no, that's funny.
Can you guess what my favorite episode of Ren and Stimpy is?
It probably has something to do with the belly button, right?
The Jerry the Belly Button Elf.
Oh, right. And wasn't I don't remember a lot of the Ren and Stimpy cartoons, I have to say. It wasn't my taste.
Yeah,
But probably lint was involved. Gross, disgusting lint out of the
yeah,
belly button. I'm sure it's involved.
yeah, yeah. Anything with belly buttons, I'm obsessed. It's my favorite part of the body because it's where we come from. It's how we're formed, and
Right.
there's just something mysterious about it in a lot of ways. I remember seeing a Muppet Babies episode when I was a kid. Scooter's got a cold, and so they travel through his belly button to fight the germs.
Oh no. That's so funny. Oh, that reminds me.
Mhm.
My cousin was a Muppet baby,
Katie.
baby Rolf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Katie.
did you
She's been on a couple
her?
times. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's great. But she was a Muppet baby, yep.
It's funny, you and her have similar voices, except yours is more nasally, Jersey based,
Yeah. Yeah, from the East Coast. I know. Yeah. It's so funny. We grew up and then we together well, we didn't grow up together, but we were in the same family but we didn't talk to each other and say, hey, let's go into voiceover together. It just kind of happened. It was so bizarre.
Yeah, when I did my nerd out with our mutual friend Sarah Ballantyne last year, um,
Oh, yes, Sarah Valentine. Yeah, I have lunch with her tomorrow.
oh, great, bring me up.
I will.
Yeah, I asked her the belly button question too, and she thought it was funny. And like when I shared the episode, she reshared it and she captioned it. We covered all the pertinent topics.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, Sarah's great. I'll definitely bring you up.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I adore her. And next time I'm in LA, I'm going to go see her and get together with her because she is just, I love her energy. I love her spirit. She's just so wonderful.
I know everyone. Yes, everyone that I know that knows her says the same thing, and I say the same thing. She's great.
She is. So, are you working on a second book?
Well, my second book, Chirpy Burpy, is ready to be published. I just haven't had enough time to
Mm,
actually the motions because you have to market it and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I've been busy. My second. I mean, I just finished a half-hour TV pilot. So I just finished that I'm going to be working to pitch it around, and I have to write a pitch deck. So I've been busy with other things, Tommy. I know I need to get that book published. Yes, and it
yeah,
will be.
yeah. And do you have any Comic Con appearances?
Not coming up. No, I had three in August. That was a grind, flying out every weekend. But
Hmm.
not at the moment. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you were going to so many cons, and we had to keep pushing this back, but I'm glad we finally did it. And
Yeah, I know. I've been so crazed, so crazed. But thank you so much for your patience.
absolutely, and I see you like to go swimming a lot.
I do. I have. In fact, I'm going today. It's our last day of getting warmth. There's a little bit of warmth that I'm gonna. I see it's a little breezy outside, so I don't know how it's gonna work. But we're gonna turn cold. LA's gonna turn cold starting tomorrow, which I don't mind at all. I'm happy.
Oh,
I like the cold.
we're cloudy over here in Modesto, so you couldn't go swimming over here. I'll tell you right now.
Oh yeah, that would be a little too chilly.
Yeah. But Cheryl, thank you so much for coming back on and nerding out with me today. This was wonderful.
Oh, thank you so much, Tommy. I'm so glad. Thanks for asking me.
Of course. And tell Jerry I said hi and happy
I sure will.
holidays and be
You
safe
too.
out there.
You too, Tommy. Happy holidays to you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay.
Well, there you have it. Cheryl Chase. Ain't she a sweetheart? Oh my God. I just love her energy, love her voice. And I hope she brings me up to Sarah Ballantyne tomorrow because I love her too. And that was a great little short nerd out. I loved it. Well, until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying there's no shame in living in the past because the present sucks. Later, dudes!